Hello to all, and welcome back to another issue of St. Luke TV. We missed you last week. Took a break to reevaluate and take some time to try to improve this ministry, but we're glad to be back with you this week. Lots to talk about, but let's start first with July 29th, this coming Sunday. Gene, tell us about our scripture and where you'll be leading us in our message this week.
From Ephesians 3, we hear about coming to understand the depth of the love of God, and the constant prayer that all of us ought to be making is that we would come to better terms with that love, both for God and for one another. So it's a really relevant message, not just for the church, but for the whole world at this time.
Absolutely. Looking to be a great week in worship this weekend. Now we have a lot of information to give you. We are coming into August, which means kickoff, and Wednesday Night Live is going to start back up soon, and soon we're going to be back into the school routine, and things are going to get back and off of the summer vacation routine, and a lot of events are going to happen at St. Luke, and there are a few
nominations and budget planning and staff issues with staff parish. And
there are a few things that you need to be aware of. In August, our nominations committee will meet. And there have been forms in the Williams Lobby, the Perry Foyer, and here in the office called the 2019 Lay Request for Service form. This form is one page, very simple. It has just a couple instructions for you to do, but very important as we look forward into 2019 for our leadership. If you are in leadership, if you're interested or want to know more about leadership, or if you want to lead in the coming year, we need you to fill this form out.
Yes.
Even if you are still in leadership right now and you want to continue, please fill out this form. This form is given to the Committee on Nominations, and then they prayerfully get together, and we begin to ask people and place people in certain positions to lead for the 2019 year. These forms can be found in the Williams Lobby, Perry Foyer, or you just call one of us, or here in the church office, and we can get you one. But please fill those out. And then, on September 22nd, a lot of information is about to come out very soon about this day, but I need you to mark it on your calendar. It's an event called Imagine God's Love, and it's a church-wide event that's going to impact the mission of the church, what we do in the mission field from St. Luke, not just this year, but in years to come. What we do locally here, from things like Bread of Life, to what we do outside of Sanford, like Redbird in Washington, D.C., and what we may do internationally for years to come. This event solely focuses on what we are as a mission, as a missional church here at St. Luke. It's going to take all of St. Luke and even more, and we hope that this is an event that reaches people and shows Sanford and outside who we are as a church, and what we do missionally in the church. And then coming up here in just 6 days, on July the 30th, is a new event that Pastor Gene and I have come up with called One Night. And Gene, tell us about One Night, what to expect, what needs to happen, time and place, and all that kind of stuff.
Many people would like to meet with folks who go to the other worship services. We have 3 wonderful services of worship, one at 8:45, one at 9 o'clock, and one at 11 o'clock every Sunday. But these folks don't get together very often, so we have learned that it doesn't work very well for us to get together on a Sunday morning. So we're going to do what Methodists do best. We're going to have a covered dish meal on Monday night, July the 30th. And we can start coming in at 5 o'clock. We're going to begin eating about 5:30, and as soon as we're finished eating, we're going to move from that meal and that time of fellowship together as one congregation on this one night to hear from those persons who are returning from annual conference on the things that we did back in June at the North Carolina Annual Conference. Then we're going to lead you through a time of holy conversation about the Commission on a Way Forward, what it is, where we are with it as a denomination, what the Council of Bishops are saying about the proposals that are before us, and also about the decision of the Judicial Council concerning the petitions that could go forward at that February 2019 General Conference. Then we're going to talk about other things that relate to St. Luke. What's going on with attendance? What's going on with missions? What's going on with ministry? What's going on with the finances? What's going on with some of the plans over the next 2 to 7 years that are happening right here at St. Luke? And it's just going to be a night of holy conversation. We're going to be done by 7:30. And I've asked if anybody who has a question they'd like to ask or a subject they'd like us to talk about to just submit that to me in writing, either by email or a handwritten piece of paper. Got one of those just the other day from one of our members, and we will be talking about that subject matter. But put your name and your phone number on it so that if I've got any questions, I can get in touch with you before we do this. I'm not going to deal with anonymous note passing and that kind of thing. That doesn't accomplish anything with holy conversation. So what we're going to do is be talking about the things that are important to us as a denomination, as a local church, and it promises to be just a wonderful, wonderful evening for information and fellowship and sharing and learning and just being together as one group of people called St. Luke and celebrating our oneness in Christ.
It is going to be a very exciting night, and we welcome you and invite you, and we give thanks for this opportunity to gather with you to be in holy conversations without the worry and the fear of anger and judgment, but an opportunity to gather peacefully in holy conversation where we can pray and discern and look forward to what's ahead. There is ministry to happen many, many years down the line from this moment. There are people to serve, and there's a lot more time that we have to love Jesus, and that's our concern.
And I'm eager to see how all this is going to be resolved, and even more so at the thought that great days are ahead for the church. I believe that. I believe God's got control of all of this, and I think if we let God be God, we're going to all be all right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we invite you to this again. It'll be on July 30th, Monday, July 30th, at 5:30. You're welcome here at 5. Bring a covered dish. We'll be done between 7 and 7:30 because we have a meeting to get to right after it.
Right, and we'll provide the drinks, so don't worry about bringing it unless you got something special you want to drink.
But we do invite you to this night. We hope these events are put on your calendar, and that you're looking forward to the excitement that is ahead of the ministry here at St. Luke. And we look forward to seeing you on Sunday and at one night the next day on Monday night. So have a great week.
Before you go, please get me those questions with your name and your phone number by the close of our worship services on Sunday, July the 29th. Because I'm going to take that 24-hour period to kind of put the presentation together, and William and I will be planning it in that way and at that time. So I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Thank y'all for joining us today on St. Luke TV, and we'll see you next time.